God and with each other, all things are possible. We need to help each other. We don't need to judge. We don't need to condemn. You don't need to feel ashamed that your marriage is on the rocks, but seek God's help. Ask God to give you some help, send you some mentors, show you some marriages that may have been rocky, but God has brought them back together. I tell you, they've gone through divorce, and now marriage again. God can make it all work together. We need to raise up a standard in our marriages. We need to defeat the enemy's attempt to show us that the church is no different. We are a peculiar people. Our marriages should last. Our marriages must invoke the presence and power of God's love. Not get offended so easily. Not be mean and unkind to one another, but be loving and patient. And remember why you came together in the first place. So as we raise the standard of love, we've got to reclaim our marriages. But we've also got to restore our other relationships. Not everyone is married. Not everyone wants to be married. Not everybody is looking to be married. But yet and still you have a responsibility to hold up the banner of God's love in all of your relationships. I'm not making this up. I'm not saying it just because it sounds good. But in 1 John 4, the writer says that if we are to say we love God, we must also love our brothers and sisters. For if we say we love God and hate our brother and sister, we're liars. Your love for one another is essential to your walk with God. The Bible tells us that when you come before the altar and you have strife with your brother or sister, the Lord says to leave your sacrifice right there and go back and reconcile with your brother and sister. The Lord's Prayer, we ask the Lord, forgive me, Lord, as I forgive the sins and trespasses of others. That means that our forgiveness and love of others actually informs our relationship and connection with the living God. You're wondering why you don't sense God's presence as much as you used to. You're wondering why you feel a little bit distant. You're wondering why you don't hear your prayers answered as quickly. It might be because you haven't reconciled with those that you see every day. 1 John 4 says, how do we say we love God whom we don't see, and we don't love those that we do see? Some of you might be saying that's the very problem. But my challenge to you this morning is to get your relationship on track with God. Think very deeply and honestly about the relationships that you are a part of on a daily basis. Do you need to have more love in them? Do you need to show more love? Do you need to think more lovingly? We need to raise up a love standard in all of our relationships so that when others look upon them, when our children look back, they know what love looks like. They need to see love. Some of us have a hard time because love was disguised for us growing up. Those who said they loved us used us. Those who said they loved us abused us. So now our notion of love is a little twisted. That's why Paul comes to us in this text today, saying, let me clear it all up for you. Love is not something you should ever have to earn. Love is not something that comes along with abuse. 1 in 3 women are predicted to be the victim of domestic or sexual violence. 1 in 3. Look on your pew, the third one. 1 in 3. And the perversion of it is that they think if they're abused and I get flowers on the next day, oh, he didn't mean it, he really loves me. Love has become so perverted And we as Christians must be the standard bearers, men and women, to stand up and say, love does not come with violence. Love does not come with abuse. Love is not something you have to earn. Love should not be conditional. Love is not flowers after a black eye. Love does not entail silence and wickedness and ill thoughts. Love is not about me winning an argument. Love is kindness, patience. Love is real.